Hey there guys, this is Robinhood, and today I am bringing you battle number 2 from round 1 of my clan's inter-clan 2v2 tournament. Just like in the last battle, my ally is Centurion, and our opponents are still Bruno and Schinken. And this is best 2 out of 3, and the first battle we ended up losing. Most of that was pretty much my fault for underestimating the power of matchlocks and Yari Ashigaru, and I generally wouldn't do that, but since it is classic battles, from my experience with campaign, and I know that is against an AI, so that was dumb of me to assume, but I was like, well, you know, Yari Ashigaru, they have crappy morale, Nodachi should be able to break right through them. Did not prove to be that way. But for this battle, instead of playing as the Takeda, we've mixed up our strategies based on how our opponents played. Once again, can't talk there, but this time we are playing as the Oda, both Centurion and I, and the Oda signature unit is this long Yari Ashigaru. And I've got 5 of them, all with 4 chevrons. I've also got 2 bow samurai. This time I'm going to try to skirmish a little bit more with these matchlock units. And Bruno here has the exact same army, which we figured he would actually do. I, based on his statistics, did because he's played so much. I figured he was probably comfortable with one army type, so I figured he'd bring something along the same lines. And based on our performance in the last battle, they beat us badly enough that it made sense that for them to think that possibly they could beat us again with the same army. But we were right to assume that he would bring the same army, as it shows, and that is going to help us out considering our new armies are based around beating this army. Because you guys have to remember, in the first battle, it was Centurion and I's first time ever talking to each other and playing together, and because I just recently joined my clan, the Lusitani Legio, and basically you can see same army there. Once again, the 3 Portuguese Tercos and these very upgraded Yari Ashigaru, 2 of them, the 2 Dunderbuss cavalry. Is that? Yeah, Dunderbuss. And some Yari Samurai there. And maybe one more Yari Ashigaru, not sure on that. Light cavalry, nope, so no more Yari Ashigaru. That's his whole army, unless something's hidden. I already said mine pretty much, but I've got 2 bow samurai, 5 of these long Yari Ashigaru, each 4 chevron, and 3 of the Nodachi samurai to be my hitting power, you know, my fast attack power, back up my lines. And then I've got a light cavalry hidden there, and a Yari cavalry. Also got my general. My ally Centurion here has got 5 long Yari Ashigaru as well. His all upgraded to 5 chevrons. He's got 3 matchlocks. 3 matchlock samurai, that is, too. And his general, and as far as I know, he doesn't have any cavalry. No, here it is back here. He has 3 Yari cavalry. And his opponent, Schinken here, is also playing as the Oda, using matchlocks. Some bows over here. Yari Ashigaru there. Long Yari Ashigaru, long Yari Ashigaru. So basically the same type of army as us. All upgraded Yari Ashigaru, and then his light cavalry there, and his generals. And you can see Centurion is getting the better end of this skirmish because he has more matchlocks firing in. So this unit of matchlock samurai is going to get taken down. Now, because of how Bruno played last time, we knew he was going to take up this path, and he's doing the exact same thing as before, moving up over here. And this time, instead of charging at him, I'm actually falling back and trying to get as many shots with my bows as I can. And here I'm also charging with my Yari cavalry and my light cavalry, trying to hit those Dunderbuss cavalry. Just going to chase them off. Don't want to chase them all the way, or I would be running straight into matchlock fire. So I'm playing a little bit more defensively, and at this point I'm falling back one more time, but I can't fall back any more than this, and I'm actually going to have to shift this because since Centurion is fairly engaged over here, I do have to guard his flanks, so we can't have Bruno coming down and turning to fight his flank there, so I'm shifting my Nodachi Samurai over this way to fill that gap for the moment. You can also see more of my army pushing over that way. Can see here too, Bruno's got some troops in the woods. Portuguese Terco's there again. Yari Samurai. And if I am mispronouncing this, it says Tercos. Put a pronunciation in the comment section. I am not good at that type of stuff. I think I've got it right, but don't quote me on that. We can see my light cavalry back here trying to get at this general, hoping he doesn't see. Here my bows are taking some shots from these matchlocks there. You can see I've got my men in loose formation. But at this point, what's going to happen, I've moved up a long Yari Ashigaru over here. These guys, there's my cavalry there also, since all of Centurions is back here. And I'm trying to cover this flank. I believe this Yari Ashigaru unit of long Yari Ashigaru there is Centurions, because it's 5 chevrons. All of mine are 4, so I've got one backing it up, and he is fighting a regular Yari Ashigaru unit there, and we're just running around with our cavalry. That's my light cavalry there, trying to get into these matchlock units. And what I'm going to start doing here is, you can see I'm shifting over all my Nodachi Samurai once again in loose formation to protect them a little bit more from these matchlocks. And I'm going to try to overwhelm this left flank. 1, this is where he has more troops, and 2, I decided if I can overpower one flank, because regardless of what I do, I'm going to be hitting a spear wall, and I can't stand and take this matchlock fire. Thankfully, these long Yari Ashigaru do have decent morale. They're at 12 right now, which is only 1 less than my Nodachi there, and they have excellent holding power with those long spears. As you can see, they're being charged into by Yari Samurai. Here comes my Nodachis to hit that. He's withdrawing his matchlocks to be able to fire in. Here, he's got a spear wall, which I am going to go ahead and hit with my Nodachis. And over here, I managed to stall these guys for a minute, do a little bit of damage as my men go in, and here comes those Nodachis. And over here, my bow samurai, I've got this long Yari Ashigaru, all these guys over here as kind of a reserve-like unit. This is an enemy unit. Once again, remember that this opponent was playing as the Oda as well, but you can see that Centurion is doing a decent job of handling him, although his matchlocks are getting hit by cavalry at the moment. But basically what's going on over here, my swords are going in with Bonsai. This 9 chevron Yari Ashigaru unit doing an excellent job stopping them. My men are not going to get through there, but they are starting to break through on these other fronts, and there's my Yari cavalry doing a hammer and anvil here, which is going to help start to rout those guys. I've also got my general nearby, moving my bows over. Did break through on this flank, and while there are these matchlocks over here, I am going to ignore them and bring my men back over this way to rout these units, because I won't be able to really effectively handle these guys if I go over and try to take out these matchlocks. So I'm letting my bows deal with that for the moment. And you can see up in here, these are my units here still. I've got all 3 of these Oda long Yari Ashigaru engaged. That was to defend Centurion's flank. You can see he's pretty much won. I'm still fighting Bruno. This here is Centurion's cavalry, and they've been running around in the back for a while now. I've got a unit of Nodachis charging these matchlocks over here, and we're going to reach them and make short work of them, although they are going to attempt to run away there. So we'll be chasing them. And here we have wrapped up these spear units. So pretty much Bruno's army's almost completely gone. This Yari cavalry in the back of Centurions is going to help tangle up these matchlocks and allow my swords to get in there as well. So that's going to rout them. And there is just this one unit of Yari samurai left over here. And then there's that Dunderbuss cavalry. Those guys have been annoying the entire battle, running around firing into our ranks. But at this point, I've got a decent amount of troops left. Those swords, I've got the spears in here, and you can see all my men moving around. And that there was enemy cavalry. once again, since 3 of us were Oda, this is getting a little bit confusing. It is not like that in the next battle. And look at that volley, point blank. My men here are making it to these matchlocks, but I do believe they are going to go ahead and rout. Yep.
Shameful display.
And this is the enemy cavalry there. So now what they've got is 1 matchlock unit, 2 units of light cavalry, and meanwhile, I have got these 2 units of long Yari Ashigaru, both of which are still decently sized. This one at 80 men, this one at 101. I've got my bows still up here. This is my unit of Nodachis and my unit of long Yari Ashigaru. You can tell because my allies' units are lighted up in that blue. Mine are in the orange there. So that's my force. This is what Centurion has left. He has these 3 units of long Yari Ashigaru, and I believe he has some cavalry somewhere. There it is, right in front of me. Yari cavalry there. And they are chasing this unit of Yari samurai. See all my forces now lining up in these trees, and we are going to go ahead and attempt to do one final charge here. These matchlocks are still dangerous, but they shouldn't be able to hold off our entire force. The only thing is with the light cab there stalling, but we do have spear units too, so everything pretty much looked like it was in our favor. And at this point, what we decided to do is stop chasing this unit over here. We do have the shrine. It's going to start capping that, or uncapping it from us, but we are going to keep chasing with our entire force, this matchlock unit, and caught a little bit of that cavalry engagement. Yari cavalry dealing more damage in that fight. These guys are going to start to get caught here. There you can see. And they're going to go ahead and rout here in a second. And now in comes the cavalry. This light cavalry is going to rout. And these guys over here are just going to lose their will to fight. So all those units have routed. Now our entire forces are heading over this way. And there they go. So we ended up winning round 2 there. So as it is best 2 out of 3, we've lost 1, 1-1. So the final match, the 3rd and final match, whoever wins that is going to determine who moves on to round 2 of the tournament. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that battle. We'll take a look at the statistics screen here. Good game to our opponents once again, and good game to Centurion. That time we had it figured out a little bit more what was going on and how our opponents were going to play. And by this point, we know we can beat them, they know we can beat us. So this final battle is going to be interesting. There you can see the stats again. I'm going to lose slightly more, or about 200 more than Centurion. That's just dealing with Bruno's army. Those matchlocks, they lay down a lot of pain, especially those Dunderbuss cavalry running around on my flank. But you can see he killed 1,300 there. I killed 900. There's our opponent's stats. Once again, Bruno dealing a lot of damage. And Schinken there getting 854 kills, taking the most losses. But for my unit stats, it's going to be my Nodachis up top, and then my long Yari Ashigaru. For Schinken, his long Yari Ashigaru. Centurion long Yari Ashigaru up top. Look at that one, 247 kills. And for Bruno, once again, you can see these matchlock units. That's really what shredded me, regardless of how... This time, obviously, I had a better army for attacking him, but I was not going to be winning a skirmish fight, so I'm going to take quite a bit of fire from those matchlocks. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Subscribe for more if you haven't. Go ahead and give this video a rating, thumbs up or thumbs down. I want honest feedback. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time with more.